Hello, my name is Zach Sweats. I'm a solution engineer with Convertro, AOL's marketing attribution platform. My idea for the Area51 incubator is an automated version of Optimizely, where instead of manually A/B testing, these could be done automatically, similar to how an ad creative is targeted and optimized within an ad server. I've built a beta product as an open source WordPress plugin, available now, which optimizes blog images. It has been downloaded over 1,500 times with $0 in marketing and limited development. To me, this proves its potential. Let me provide an example for how it works. Say you have an article on TechCrunch comparing the new iPhone with the new Samsung Galaxy. You would want to test two images, one of the iPhone and one of the Galaxy, to determine which provides higher click-through rates. Rather than manually setting up the tests in Optimizely and monitoring the results, my plugin performs the tests in real time automatically, so the user only needs to upload the two photos and nothing else. They will automatically be optimized to generate the most clicks and page views. I believe this product has potential to help AOL immediately on WordPress brand sites like TechCrunch. In the future, I would like to leverage AOL's big data and conversion optimization ability, similar to what we use at Convertro, to even more accurately target specific content, images, and videos to specific users. I believe this will drive more page views on AOL brand sites and is a technology other websites would use as well as part of the AOL for Publishers stack. Thanks for your time and your consideration. You can read more at pluginab.com.